Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. On today's Who Said What, we are going to listen Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, George Russell, Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Let's start with Max Verstappen.
Yeah, just about that delta time. It's at worst probably a reprimand, I think, for that kind of thing.
Well, I can't. I mean, I'm not there to annoy people because I mean, if I follow my delta, I'm going to screw over like two other cars. And I think I'm at this stage of the championship that it's not necessary to be arguing with other drivers. So I'm like, whatever. I just follow the guys ahead of me. Just try to, sort myself out. At the same time, I think George had different plans. He wanted to get his tires up to temp a little bit more. So he then wanted to, of course, go around me, and that's just what we have with these delta times. That one tries to stick to it, the other one backs out because he sees the two cars in front that he doesn't want to annoy as well, because otherwise they will struggle to get their tires ready for the lap. So it's just a bit of an unlucky situation, I would call it.
You had the great win in Brazil in the wet. How significant would it be to get the car improved the way you have and get a victory on a circuit like this in the dry, heading into the end of the year and looking ahead to next year?
I mean, it definitely would be great, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I still think in the race it will be tough for us. I think we'll be competitive, but if it's going to be enough to really keep ourselves in the lead, I don't know.
You're going in the right direction.
It was a very positive change on the car. I think we need to analyze a little bit more why it was so dominant, the change, and maybe gives us a few more ideas what we have to do also for next year.
Good luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely he is right. He was on his way and George Russell was rushing, let's say, to take the position, let's say, for his push lap, but it's what not necessary. And I don't believe that something will happen. Will take Max Verstappen's. They will take Max Verstappen's pole position for the tomorrow's race. Let's listen it from the other side, from the Russell's side, what he is going to tell about that position.
George, P2. We saw the moment with Max on your final lap. How much did that impact you? Can you talk us through it from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely didn't help. When you're going through a gravel, two corners prior to starting your lap. I think everybody improved on that last lap. I went 2 and a bit temps slower. So, I'm still pretty pleased with P2. It was a shame how things unfolded on that last lap. But, just taking the positives. It's been 4 qualies in a row now. We've been on the front row. I'm just feeling really, really great in the car.
Showed great pace in the sprint, of course, as well. So feeling pretty confident for the race tomorrow that you can take the fight to Max and go for
definitely.
victory.
I think what's great is in the sprint this morning, Ferrari seemed to be very similar pace to Lando and myself. So and now obviously Red Bull and Max have turned it up a bit today. So maybe we've got a 4-way fight on our hands, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, as I said, he's complaining about the Max Verstappen, let's say, because of the Verstappen, he didn't make the pole for the tomorrow, but we will see what will tell his pace for tomorrow's race. I don't agree with George Russell that because of Max Verstappen he lost this pole, but we will see. Maybe good fight tomorrow between them. As Verstappen said, like, it's not time to have the drivers arguments, let's say, because it's like everything is finished. George Russell nothing has to lose. Max Verstappen has nothing to lose. I don't know why they made this thing so big, but let's see what will happen tomorrow. Let's listen to Lando Norris.
Well, Lando, bit of a surprise how Max performed today. What about from your
Not a
perspective?
surprise at all.
No, why not?
When have they ever been bad the whole season?
They didn't look good earlier, though, did they?
It's
No.
a surprise that they were slow yesterday, not a surprise that they're quick today.
Okay, fair enough. What about tomorrow then? Can you still fight for the win, do you think?
I think so. I don't think we're quite as quick as what they were today. I don't think I could have done the same lap times as them today. So as a qualifying car, I think we were a little bit off and we didn't quite have the same potential as what the Mercedes and the Red Bull had. But I'm hoping it kind of comes back to us in the race just a little bit. So hard to know. It's fine margins. But I'm hoping tomorrow plays a little bit back into our hands again.
I mean, you need to gain 15 points on Ferrari to clinch the title. Will you be getting that information during the race, or are you just running your race, basically? How's it play out?
I mean, we're just going to get the most points we can.
And that's it. Good luck.
Yeah.
Lando, did you suffer?
The car
We don't have the other question, let's say. Like, yeah, the qualifying, their qualifying pace was not okay. If you compare about their, if you compare with their sprint pace that he had today, but the difference will be tomorrow. He will not have the clean air in front of him tomorrow. He's in front of him is George Russell and Max Verstappen, but the start will be so interesting, and the race itself is like a decision for the constructor championship. As you know, they are fighting with the Ferraris, and maybe they will secure it tomorrow. Let's listen Lewis Hamilton what happened to him to qualifying, because his teammate was in the second place. He's at the fifth. I'm sorry, on the sixth position. Let's look at what he's going to tell us.
looks a little bit of a hand plummet. There was a lap in Q2, you kind of lifted your hand up, but ultimately, are you glad it's only one more Saturday to go with this car, Lewis, or not? Yeah.
Indeed.
You can't get your head around it. Is it that, basically, because it feels all right when you do a better lap? I mean,
I can't explain why I'm half a second off my teammate. It's never happened really in my career, so I can't explain that. What I can say is the car felt generally fine for me. There's not really much more I can add. I've given it absolutely everything, and the laps are generally feeling good. I just come across the line and it's slow.
Okay. It's nice to see you and Charles race today, and you line up next to him. Can you race him in the Grand Prix? It was a very respectful exchange between the two of you, and that's typical of him in terms of your experience of racing him.
I don't really remember racing Charles much, if I'm really honest. I don't really know. I don't recall many races that we've had, like battles that we've had, but it was super fair, and I think we both were. I mean, I should have blocked him and tried to keep him behind, but I didn't. If I'm in the same position tomorrow, then it won't happen again. But I'm hoping that I'm hoping with the changes I've made, maybe we'll have a little bit more pace tomorrow.
Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely he let him go for that point for the constructor championship, but after the qualifying, like he's at the fifth position. Ferrari's pace and qualifying, it was like difficult for today, but let's listen also Charles Leclerc what he's going to tell about tomorrow.
Pretty much where the car could have got to today.
Yeah, I felt like I've done a really good job with both of the laps. Were really good, were on the limit, but it was just not enough. So yeah, it's the way it is. We have to maximize the points on a weekend, which have been a bit difficult for us, but I feel like we've maximized everything today, but now everything is to play for tomorrow in the race, and that's where the points are scored. And in the sprint race we were pretty strong, so that's positive, but we are starting behind, so that's negative.
Yeah, but is it a positive though? At least they don't look invincible now, McLaren, based on that. I mean, you can hope to maybe fight them, possibly take points off them here, which maybe coming in here you didn't expect to.
Yeah, that's true. We've got to. It was a surprise for us to be so close to McLaren. It was a surprise, though, to us as well that Red Bull and Mercedes were so strong. So at the end of the day, even if we finish in front, we probably won't be scoring as many points as we want. But we've got to focus on ourselves, and then we'll see whether it's enough or not. But tomorrow, we have an opportunity to finish in front. But the start will be important, because after that, it's very difficult to overtake.
Yeah, it will be very difficult to overtake with that one let's say DRS zone. I'm sorry, I forgot that word. With that one DRS zone, it will be very difficult, and like Ferrari's race pace is okay, but I don't know, in today's sprint, they maybe because of the DRS train they had on the front, maybe that a little bit gave struggle to Carlos Sainz to overtake in front of him, who was Russell, to overtake the Russell on the sprint. But we will see tomorrow what will happen. Let's hope to not to have too much overtake, too much DRS trains. Yeah, that's it for today. Just don't forget to like the video, comment it and subscribe to the channel.